Good morning. Day 26, April 16th. We are just leaving camp at Derek's Knob. Laugh if you want to. Shelter. Pleasant night out. Nice cool evening. Once again, the campsite was full. The shelter was full. We didn't have to worry about tenting out or sleeping in the shelter. You know, as I mentioned previously, we prefer to tent. One reason is with all my congestion, I snore quite a bit, and I don't want to be disrespectful for other hikers. Plus, I don't particularly like sleeping next to someone I don't know. Just a perk of mine, or a quirk, not a perk. Anyway, so we're apparently in quite the hiker bubble because we came in last night around 5 p.m. and there was already about 10 tents set up, and the shelter was clearly full. Today it'll be interesting. We actually slept in this morning and took our time in camp. Usually we're out of camp by 8. We were having our coffee. Yes, we drank coffee this morning at about 8 o'clock and took our time disassembling or decamping. Today is a short day. We're just going 7.4 miles, which allows us to sleep in, and I think we're leaving about 9:30, 9:45, something like that. We're going to Devil's Gap or something like that. Devil's Spring Gap shelter. We had a choice. So tomorrow night we're going to be staying in Gatlinburg. We're going to take a zero. A friend of ours has a friend of hers cabin that she's generously letting us stay in. And so we need to get to Gatlinburg. So we had two choices. One, do a 13, almost 14 mile day today that included Klingman's Dome, which is the highest point of the entire AT, or fall up short at 7 miles, 7.4, and do the hard hill climb tomorrow with a 10 mile jaunt into Gatlinburg. We chose to do the layup, and so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's the start of our day. Looks like there might be a little bit of rain in the skies, but you know, we'll see how it goes. We've been very fortunate with not having too much sucky weather, so unfortunately I think we're kind of due for some rain. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye. One interesting aspect to the Smokies where we're at, once you get a day or so in, you alternate between being in North Carolina and being in Tennessee. For example, yesterday when we hit Rocky Top Mountain, made famous by some country artist, we couldn't figure out who it was, but in this part of the world it might have been Dolly Parton, I don't know though. But anyway, that was in Tennessee, and just over the ridge after we ate lunch there, we were back in North Carolina. I believe it's the shelter we're staying at tonight, but one of these shelters in the guidebook, it says that the front part of the shelter is in North Carolina, but if you walk behind the shelter 20 feet or so, you're actually in Tennessee. So we didn't really celebrate clearing North Carolina because we're not out of North Carolina, nor are we celebrating getting out of Tennessee because we're we're still in Tennessee, and then we're in North Carolina, then we're in Tennessee, then we're in North Carolina. So anyway, until this whole section is done, we can't really celebrate clearing those two states off the list of 14 that we have to walk down before we get to Maine.
Very good. I wanted to mention that today is 9 days of hiking in a row straight, and tomorrow will be 10 days before we take a zero. And the plan is to really take a zero every 7 days, but this timing just worked because we knew we were going to take a zero in Gatlinburg, and we stretched out some of our days. So it just worked this way. And I know we spent a night at Fontana Lodge, but that wasn't a zero. We hiked both days, the day we stayed there, and then the next morning we hiked out. So that wasn't necessarily a zero, but sure was refreshing and really helped relax us and recover our spirits a little bit. Hey guys, we are at 200 miles.
200 miles in, baby. Almost a tenth of the way done. I still do not want to look at where we are on one of those big, huge maps of the AT.
No, we just won't do that. But 200 miles is 200 miles. Woohoo!
Wow, what a day. So, when last we spoke, we were heading to a shelter which I called Devil's Spring, which was actually Double Spring, because there was a spring on the Tennessee side of the shelter and one on the North Carolina shelter. While we were there, this was about 2:30 or 2 o'clock. We were talking with some of the through hikers, and they said, yeah, tomorrow, 80% chance of rain. And so the reason we're going to that shelter was to avoid a 13-mile day, and then the next day do a quick 4-mile day. So we wanted to do a 7-mile day, and then followed by a 10-mile day. Well, that was setting us up to do 10 miles in the rain, which we really did not want to do.
And uphill.
And uphill, because we had to climb Klingman's Dome, which is the highest point on the entire AT, and then quite a bit of climbing that whole day. So we made a quick decision to revise our plan and hike on to the shelter where we're at right now, and I don't even know what it's called.
Mount Collins.
Mount Collins, thank you. So that gives us 13.4, I think, for the day, which is a good solid day. But when you start your day thinking you only have 7 miles to go, you wake up
We started a lot later this morning.
You have coffee. You lay around in the tent.
Lunch.
So we took copious breaks throughout the day, trying to trying to get to the shelter at a point where other people had already filled the shelter so we could tent. So we were already trying to get there later in the day. So, and then we sat around the shelter for probably 45 minutes before we learned that it was going to be a very high chance of rain showers tomorrow. So anyway, so we busted out 6 more miles, 6 more tough miles. We got to see Kleeman's Dome. It was kind of rainy today. Anyway, we had to get our pack covers out and I put my rain skirt on.
It looked really cute.
like a hula band. But the view from Kleeman's was still excellent. I'm sure Chica will put a picture in this video. But anyway, wanted to update you on how we changed our plans on the fly. Chica likes to set a plan, work up a plan, and then work that plan and be done with it. It kind of throws her off when we change it on the fly because there's so many moving parts. Like our friend who's helping us out tomorrow, we've already changed days and hours that we're going to be there. So all those things are moving in the background, and I'm just thinking, let's stay out of the rain tomorrow. So anyway, it all worked out. We'll probably take it really easy tomorrow and wait for a break in the rain to do the final 4 miles into Gatlinburg.
Newfound Gap.
Newfound Gap.
Which is by Gatlinburg.
So that was a very long-winded way of saying that we did 13.4 miles today.
Ciao.
Bye.
Oh, we also passed 200-mile mark.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.